not until my 20s did I ever come across the word intuition used in the way people are using it today.
Hmm.
It's really just about your gut instinct, right? So
Hmm.
I think back in those days, that's the wording that was used, like, what's your gut tell you?
I literally was walking into work downtown and I felt like I was in danger, and it's warning bells were going off in my body. That's how I can explain it. Like danger, 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 danger. It's like something's going on. Now, sometimes it can be coming from parts of our ego too, that, you know what I mean, where you have to trust in it. It has to resonate with you and know that that's not from coming from a place of fear. Would you agree with that?
If you were to ask me 20 some years ago, I
Mhm.
might have agreed with you, but now I'm not so sure.
Well, I see everything as a lesson in life. Everything to me is a lesson in life. And intuition is, once in a while we trust our intuition, and we don't, and then I think a lot of people have learned not to trust their intuition in certain ways, or for some reason don't trust it. But your intuition, if it feels good and it feels right, that's dead on. It's
Right.
quick. It's a quick feeling, or a knowing, or just
It's, yeah,
sensing
a quick
something.
knowing, I would say.
Hmm.
And I would say too, looking back, like I said, 20 years ago, I remember distinctly walking into a space, a place I'd never been before. And I
Hmm.
had this thought and this feeling, this is not the place for you. You shouldn't be here. And I think at that stage, and I mean, this was long ago, I might have even been a teenager, I don't know, but I didn't know what to do with that intuition. Like, that was the intuition, was get the heck out of here. But I was in a scenario where I was with other people and I couldn't just leave. I didn't drive there myself. And it was very uncomfortable not knowing what to do with what I just felt.
Hmm.
And I sat there with it. I sat there
Hmm.
with that uneasy feeling because I didn't know what to do.
Hmm.
And I think that's the difference that I was talking about. Like it's still come from, I don't think, an ego place. It comes
Hmm.
from your higher self. It comes from your God self. That higher mind is
Hmm.
instructing you, you shouldn't be in this space. And what you do with it after that, now that's ego.
That's exactly what I mean. And we tend to go, we set, okay. So, um, when I wrote my second book, I talked a lot about how to tap into your intuition,
Mhm.
um, and all of these things. And I teach it, and you do too, I know.
Yeah.
So the intuition is something that's just natural. It's innate. It's built within us. It's a natural thing.
Mhm.
And what happens is our ego will kick in majority of the time. And I mean, if it's something that's making you feel something, if it's not right, that's what I'm saying. Once in a
Right.
while I've had where my fears overrode everything, and that was my fear coming in. I'll put it that way. Where I used to see, because I had a lot of experiences, because I was actually so open as a child that things came in and scared me, and I didn't know what they were. It was just stuff in the universe that now I have more understanding of, but nobody taught me that stuff. So my intuition
Right.
was all over the place. It was it was like being in a fishbowl and not knowing any tool, and I didn't have the tools at that time. And so
Sure.
my intuition got muddled with fears of whatever those things were that I could sense that I didn't know what they were. So I kind of turned them off. So I turned them off for a really long time, except for the gut instinct. I think that gut instinct and I think that a lot of people may do that because they don't understand all of it. But if you can just let go of your fears, you're divinely guided. And you have so much, like, you're a natural spiritual antenna. We have all of this amazing intuitive abilities that we just don't know how to tap into. But they come in naturally already. And um if you could just pay attention to how it feels, to me, that's like a shiver, or I'll get that feeling down my body. And it's like, oh, that's right for me. I'll put it that way. That's good. And it feels like it's coming from not only the heavenly realms, but within. You know what I mean? That's from
Right.
myself, is talking to me, going, this is
Right.
right, this is good, this is powerful.
I
And
usually try to tell people just on that, what you just said. I
Mhm.
usually try to tell people about the first thought. Like when I'm working with a
Mhm.
client, I try to get them to go to what was the first thought, because the first thought to me is the guidance. That's the real
Yes.
intuition.
Yes.
That's the God thought that's been placed in your mind.
Mhm.
Usually what happens after that first thought, is you ruminate and you start saying, "Oh, well, I can't do that. I'll put that off till tomorrow. I'm not good enough. I can't really do that. This isn't the right time to do that," or whatever.
Mhm.
But really, the guidance is, I'm giving this to you right this minute, in this moment, because now is the right moment. And if
Mhm.
you can start acting from that space of first thought,
Mhm.
then and you put your faith in that. Like, I don't know, I totally put my faith in that first thought. Like, if I
Mhm.
feel like I need to say something right now in this moment, I say it. If I feel like I need to do something right now in this moment, then I do it.
Mhm.
It's, even if there is fear there, you just embrace that fear and you say it anyway, or you do it anyway.
Mhm.
Then the result is, it's almost like perfect timing. It's like
Mhm.
synchronicity on steroids.
Yes. I call it I know, and in my books, I called it the light bulb moment. It's a light
Yeah.
bulb because it's actually coming from divine within you, from
Mhm.
your higher self, whatever. But it's divine guidance, and we're being shown. It's like an epiphany, you know what I mean? And
Right.
it feels wonderful, by the way. But we sit and we go, that's really cool. Oh, but I'm not good enough. But but or can I
The
really
but.
believe that? Can I really believe that? Nah. And that's where, stop it. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like that's where, oh, I could just tell you this. My people's guides just go, oh my Lord. They're just like, oh, in the background when I'm doing readings with people, because they're like, "Ugh, we're trying to tell them stuff, and they'll get it, and then they'll be like, nope. And it's like, they're negating everything we're giving them, because
Mhm.
I'm literally seeing their spiritual helpers trying to pat them on the butt and like tap them along, like, come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. We're trying to give you some help, and it's all beautiful. And then their guides are like, oh, trying to, because they're like, "God, we got it to them," and then they didn't believe it again. It's like,
Right.
so sometimes, like when I'm doing readings and things like that, I'll say that because people don't realize, and I didn't realize for a long time, I blew it off for years. I blew
Oh,
off
yeah.
all that intuition, and it grew and
Yep.
it grew back. I had a lot of fears because I could sense things that I didn't know what they were. But eventually, when I grew up, long time later, I went, you know what? Wow, I have great intuition and I didn't even realize it. Let's use it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then you get to just kind of trust it, because it does take you, even if you feel, I'll put it this way, even if you feel it took you on a wrong path, it took you on a wrong path for a reason, because you had to have that experience. And every single thing, because a lot of people do that. They're like, well, I thought this was going to be great for me. I really had the feeling. Yeah, you had the feeling because you needed to have that experience. You learned so much from it. And every single thing in life is a learning experience. And
That's
so
kind
you were
of right
guided.
there too. What you just said, that's a
Mhm.
tricky thing,
Mhm.
because you're talking about feelings and thoughts and whatnot, and we're having to be very discerning between the thoughts and the feelings that we're having, because
Mhm.
the thought may come in to do something, and then you ruminate on it a little bit, and you're like 4 or 5 thoughts away from that originating thought, and then you start feeling
Mhm.
good and you're like, oh, okay, I'll do this. But you're moving from the space of the rumination, not the space of the originating thought. Because
Yes.
I don't think that first thought is ever going to misguide you ever. And I don't even
No.
know, I don't believe that really there's a right or wrong. There's
Mhm.
lots of paths, and
Mhm.
I think your guides are always trying to find the easiest path for you, and sometimes the easiest path comes with some disappointments. But
Lessons. Yeah. Yeah.
it's all good in the end, because it's leading you, it's guiding you somewhere, if you just start paying attention. Again, pay
Yeah.
attention to what you're thinking.
They always give me this song. The title of the song is the Thank God for Unanswered Prayers song by Garth Brooks. Sometimes you don't know,
Yeah.
but you're really being guided in a most divine way. It's just sometimes you got to go around a bend. Sometimes you got to go through some stuff to realize, or to be shown, and to open your eyes, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Right.
And your intuition is always, it's 99.999% accurate. If you can be led by that, it'll take you to the most amazing spaces in your life.